Quick, Hannah, we have to follow that bee. It's going so fast. This is the best ride ever. Whoa, look over there. It's Kitty Helper. And is he floating on a dandelion seed? Wait a second. How do seeds even fly?
Hey, that's a great question. Welcome back, plant explorers. Today we're going to learn all about how plants spread their pollen and their seeds.
Yep, it's a super important part of their life. Meow, that's right. Plants can't just walk or run, so they need helpers.
Okay, let's dive right in. First up, we're going to find out what is pollination. It's all about moving pollen from one flower to another. So, check this out. Inside a flower, there's this yellow powder. That stuff is called pollen. You can think of it like magical dust that flowers need to share to make seeds. But, how does it get from one flower to another?
Well, that's where pollinators come in. A pollinator is any helper that carries that magical pollen dust from one flower to the next. They are total superstars in the plant world.
Let's meet some of them. It's time for the Pollinator Parade. Get ready to meet all the amazing animals and even the weather that help our flowers out.
First up in our parade are the super fuzzy bees. They fly to flowers to drink a sweet juice called nectar, and while they're drinking, that pollen gets stuck all over their little bodies.
And fluttering in right after them are butterflies. They also drink nectar, but they use their super long tongues to reach way deep inside the flowers. And the pollen? It just sticks right onto their legs and comes along for the ride.
Look, it's the hummingbirds. They are so fast. They hover at flowers and use their long beaks to sip nectar, and the pollen sticks right to their heads.
And you know, what's really interesting is that our last pollinator isn't an animal at all. For plants like grass and lots of big trees, the wind just comes along and blows their pollen all over the place.
Okay, so pollination helps the flowers make seeds. But what happens after that? Well, that brings us to our next big idea, seed dispersal. This is all about how seeds travel to totally new places.
Meow. But why do they even need to travel? Well, it gets way too crowded if they all just stay home. They'd have to fight for sunlight and water, so they have to go on an adventure to find their very own sunny spot to grow big and strong.
So, how do they go on all these big adventures? Well, welcome to the Seed Travel Agency. Let's check out all the amazing ways that seeds can journey to their new homes.
Okay, let's look at all the different ways seeds can travel. First up is the wind. Some seeds, like dandelions, have these fluffy little parachutes so they can just float away. And maple seeds, they have wings that make them spin around like tiny helicopters. Next up, some seeds get to travel by being eaten. They're hidden inside yummy fruits. Animals eat the fruit, and the seeds come out later in a brand new place, all ready to grow. And some seeds are actually hitchhikers. You know those little burrs that get stuck on you? They have tiny hooks that stick to animal fur or even your socks. They just grab on and go for a ride.
Meow, free rides.
Some seeds can even travel by water. Coconuts are pros at this. They can float in the ocean for months and months to find a new beach to grow on. And my personal favorite, explosions. Some seed pods dry out and then pop! They burst right open and shoot their seeds everywhere.
Meow, incoming!
All right, time for a quick check-in. A bee is carrying yellow pollen from one flower to another. Is that pollination or seed dispersal? Go ahead and say your answer out loud.
Pollination. You got it. It's pollination. Bees are amazing pollinators because they help move that magical pollen from flower to flower, which is the very first step to making a seed.
Wow, what an amazing adventure. Let's do a super quick recap of what we discovered. First, pollination is how pollen moves between flowers so they can make seeds.
And pollinators, like bees and butterflies and even the wind, are those special helpers that carry the pollen.
Then, we learned that seed dispersal is how those seeds travel to new places so they have plenty of room to grow.
And remember, seeds have some incredible ways to travel, by wind, water, animals, and even awesome explosions.
Meow meow, it's time for the Adventure Challenge. Let's see what you've learned, all you science explorers.
Okay, first question for you. A maple seed is spinning just like a helicopter in the wind. How is this seed traveling?
It's traveling by wind.
Okay, next one. True or false, a seed should always land right next to its parent plant. What do you think?
False! That's right, it's false. That's why seed dispersal is so important.
Seeds need to scatter and find their own space so they get enough sunlight and water to grow up big and strong.
You did it! That was amazing work, everyone.
You are officially a grade A+ science explorer.
Now you know the secrets of how plants travel and spread all over the world. You did such a great job today. What will you discover next, Science Explorer?